All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. Double honor to our apostles, our elder bishops, great millstone that were well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this true doctrine. Father, four winds of the earth and all truth and sincerity. I'm Lamar Ariyah from Mississippi Camp. Lord willing, this be edifying lesson, quick and to the point. Hey, the world is getting more and more evil. The Lord is allowing these spirits of vengeance to get on people, and they are doing some horrendous, brutal crimes, man, which is ultimately the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? And our people have started doing things that, you know, Esau would normally do. The way they are murdering, the way they are behaving, but the Lord is bringing that judgment upon our people as well, man. You know, So I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures here. Like I said, this is not gonna be long. Just gonna because the video is gonna be about a 4-minute video. But I want to get a couple of scriptures here. Put this thing on do not disturb. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, starting at verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And that's for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Scriptures go to all things was created by the Lord and for the Lord, man. And they would do his will, right? Verse 29, fire. It's a fire going on right now in was it some part of Georgia, if I'm mistaken? Just heard about it yesterday, but apparently been burning for a week. And hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And all these are going to be judgments that Yahweh Shem Shai would use to those who are allotted for them. Regardless if it's fire, hail, famine, it's going to be their death, their demise. All right? Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents and the sword pushing the wicked to destruction. And our people are wicked, man. And that's why the Lord is bringing judgment upon them. Because you have the wicked, Esau, Edom, but you have our people, 2/3 of Israel, who are just as wicked as the wicked. And the other nations, man. Okay? And all will meet their demise by way of the Lord's judgment. Again, whether it's going to be by hail, famine, death, destruction, the spirits that he's going to put on people to bring forth those sort of strokes, wild beasts, you know, regardless, whatever the case may be, the judgment that comes upon the person here is the judgment that the Lord ordained for that person to have. Okay? Let's get Matthew the 24th chapter, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, okay, so iniquity is gonna continually increase. Iniquity is gonna continually just start flourishing, for the lack of words, on the earth, man. Because people only have self-love, they got self-hate, they think themselves to be something when they're nothing. They look at themselves as gods. They are atheists. They don't consider Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So the Lord is gonna give them up to these particular spirits, man. And they're gonna start doing horrific things, okay? And it's still a land where America has laws. There's still, police officers to call, the sheriff department, the emergency services. You know, people are still able to be put in jail, go to court. But those things, when they come to an end, how much worse is the iniquity and the evil is going to abound? All right. Back in verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. In this video I'm about to play, man, this was a cold murder, man. The spirit the Lord put on this individual, man, and he's a Jake. Hey, The fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom, man. We all should fear the Lord, man, because the Lord will put you in a position, man, a state of mind where you have no control. And he can have you in your mind, seeing what you're doing, wanting to stop, trying not to do it, but make you do it anyway. And it's like you're witnessing your own destruction, man, by way of doing a horrendous act. Okay? So, hey, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles, our elder bishops, the great millstone and Ruel. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
We begin tonight with a story you will only see here on 12 News. New details tonight about the brutal murder of Lena Brown Bradley, her youngest son accused of killing her. But it's what investigators found after searching for the retired educator that is so shocking. Adams County Sheriff Travis Patton sat down with me one-on-one. We must warn you that some of the details from the crime are graphic. Out as a welfare check on Melanie Road in Natchez on April 4th has shaken this historic city on the river.
That night, I felt like changed every last one of us.
Longtime and respected member of the Adams County community and retired educator, Lena Brown Bradley, was dead. But that's not all. It's the way she died.
This was one of those cases that you will never, ever forget in your life. This is the type of case that follows you home.
Deputies were called to this home after her oldest son couldn't reach his mother the previous day. Two of her other sons lived in the house with her. Her middle son had been working.
As soon as they walked in the house, they could just see where somebody had been cleaning up at it, and they could smell chemicals all throughout the house. Floor was extremely slippery, and the oldest son said that this is just unusual for the youngest son to be cleaning up the house like that.
The youngest son, Zachary Jackson Jr., was found locked in a downstairs bathroom where deputies could hear water slashing.
And the fact that when he opened that bathroom, deputies could see a black substance in the toilet that wasn't described as anything that would come, from your body in that way. They were disturbed at what they were seeing.
So the sheriff ordered a full search of the area. The property sat on about 2 acres of land and was surrounded by heavily wooded areas with a bayou and creeks. So they called for help from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations. Time was not on their side as storms were coming and evidence could be lost.
Family members went to the left. My deputies went right. Next thing you know, as both my deputies and the family were trekking through this wooded area, the deputies heard a scream. They heard someone yelling, "It's a head. It's a head." And of course, everything changed at that point. It was like they were frozen in time because nobody could believe what they were hearing.
They also found a suitcase, but their biggest find would be inside the house after the sheriff called in a plumber to remove the toilet.
I can say what was in the toilet, and it was her flesh. He chopped her up in pieces. He dismembered her in a way where he knew that whoever came looking for her were going to have to do their due diligence, and they were going to have to go above and beyond to find her. And that's what we did. Mm-hmm. We found her. We found where he started to dispose of her at, and we had to get excavators out to get the rest of her.
So he spread her body parts over the property?
No. He had body parts in the suitcase, and then he flushed the rest down the toilet. He took his time and he dismembered her in a way where he can discard the pieces down the toilet.
So they were small pieces?
There were a lot. And I'm not trying to sensationalize what he did, but that's just what he did.
What happened at this home has left many in this community wondering what went so wrong.
He had threatened her the day before because she was looking to have him evicted from the home. So she was in the process of doing it and had just went to the court the day before to have him removed from the home.
29-year-old Zachary Lavelle Jackson Jr. is charged with first and second-degree murder, mayhem, and tampering with physical evidence. He remains in jail without bond. His next court date is tomorrow. Sheriff Patton wanted to emphasize to us that despite the family for many years questioning the son's mental health, a family and friends can only do so much if a grown adult does not want to seek help. Tomorrow night at 6 and 10, we look at the challenge facing the family, the possible mindset of the suspect at the time of the murder, and how the impact on this heinous crime has had on law enforcement and the community.